here. We're now almost at the end of our journey here in Bhopal. That's right. That's right. All right. So I have my first question for you. What is that? Love it. Who has been to Sanchi? I know Marvin has been. Can anybody tell me a little bit something about the history of this place? Marvin says King Ashoka built it. When did he commission it to be built? Exactly. 3rd century BC. Well done. Someone is a good learner. All right, that's exactly right. Okay. So why do you think I'm showing that to you and asking him that question? Any guesses? It's been there for a long time. And why is that relevant for shapers? Why do you think? Preservation? Tell me more about that. Preservation of history, communities, art, culture. Yeah? How else might that be relevant to the global shapers? Legacy. What else? Sustainability? Sorry? We are here to stay? Okay, we are here to stay? Okay. Oh, yes. All right. So all of your answers have a bit of truth. The one that I want to really emphasize here was whoever said legacy. Who was that? Was it you? Yeah. So legacy, okay? 3rd century BC, Emperor Ashoka left this as a legacy for us. And for millennia after he did that, this stands as a testament to his accomplishment. And all of us in this room still have the opportunity to appreciate it and enjoy it today. It's relevant for the Global Shapers community because all of you are doing projects locally in your communities. And you have the chance right now to have a legacy so that someday, whether it's 10 years from now, 50 years from now, who knows, maybe 1,000 years from now, the legacy that you plant is going to have an impact. And so on that note, over the past couple of months, as I've traveled around India, traveled to China and met our South Asian Shapers community there, one of the things I've been asking you is for your ideas on what you want to see happen from impact in this community. One of the ideas that I have heard quite a lot from the Shapers community has been this idea that right now every single hub does local projects on its own in isolation. And that's fine, because you all have a slightly different local context, and we don't want to stop you guys from doing that. But there was also an articulated desire for every Shapers Hub to do something together, so that all of the micro actions that you guys are doing will have an impact on a national or regional level in South Asia. So, a few weeks ago, I sent you all a survey with some of the top projects that we could vote on to adopt across the region. The criteria was to have projects that would be easily replicable, that wouldn't require a lot of financial support, and that were relevant to the region, and that you guys were interested in doing. So the 4 projects are right here. And you've heard of some of these because they were also in the Gandhi Change Awards. We had Trillionaire, which was working on planting trees in the community. We had the Science Period, as well as Project Lal, who were working on the issue of menstruation in girls. And then we had the Bottle Toilet Project, which was working on the issue of sanitation and hygiene. So you all voted, and one of these ideas had around 50% of the votes, so pretty overwhelming support. And that is going to be the project that we are all going to adopt, or that I'm going to ask for all of your support to adopt locally across our region. Any guesses which one? Science Period, I heard Trillionaire. Trillionaire. Okay, so the correct answer, not the correct answer, but the winning idea. The winning idea is Trillionaire! All right. So one of the other reasons that we decided to do a common project was to have a common KPI, right? You guys have been asking about how can we collaborate more together across hubs. So by having a common KPI, which in this case is going to be the number of trees planted in every hub, We will also be able to have sort of check-ins on a periodic basis with one representative of each hub present to look at how our hubs are doing, to share best practices on how we can plant more trees in every hub, right? To share ideas of what's working and what's not, to put your challenges on the table. And I hope that we here in South Asia can actually lead the way globally through this new model of impact. I want to invite Sohara very quickly. I know she's already told you a little bit about her project, but to join me here on stage, share a few words as the winning project.
Thank you so much, Ravi, and thanks to everyone who voted. Like, this really means a lot, because what started off as a concept we thought might work out, I mean, it just, you still have your doubts, but to get some support from around the region, that means so much. And I can tell you how energized that made the entire team back in Dhaka. Everyone's like, oh my God, South Asian shapers also think this would work, this is great, So, so I just want to share some pictures from what the project could look like. Obviously, you can change it as you want, but this is something that our shapers have done. This is something worked for us. What we did was we went to schools, and we also plan to go to more schools and use rooftops. Like, you can see some of the school kids with the plants. They kind of take ownership of each plant, and they kind of like feel like, oh, this is my plant. I'll take care of it. I'll make sure it grows. And also organizations. One of our shapers actually is a social entrepreneur, and he got a lot of recognition from around the Prime Minister and everyone for the work he's doing. I mean, you'd be surprised to know he actually started off just like one of us. He was actually very young. But now he employs about 20 people, and all they do full-time is they do these kind of interventions. They go to organizations, they go to corporations, and they kind of try to use their rooftops or any space they have to plant trees. They also do actually a plantation of trees that are fruit-bearing, so you can get some kind of produce out of it as well. So really the project can take any shape. The main KPI, as Ravi mentioned, is that you get the trees planted. So whatever logic works for you to motivate people, do that, but just make sure people plant that. And what works, I can share that what works, what we've seen working is just give them some encouragement, some recognition. People really love that. So just some way for them to showcase that, look, I'm doing this, like even if it's a Facebook post with the tree you plant. Like the idea we suggested was like a meter on a website where you can show like, a leaderboard of how many trees a school is planting. That sort of thing can all work, but you can of course tweak that as you think necessary. And to help you guys out, since we have such an experienced shaper in our hub, unfortunately he couldn't be here, but he's amazing. What we can do is we're going to have webinars where any hubs who are interested, he can talk to all of you, and he can actually share, because growing a tree is actually more than just planting it, right? You have to take care of it, and it depends also on the variety of the tree, and the countries all have differences. And he's an expert on trees. Like, he can go on and on about trees. It's really impressive. So he can be on webinars with all of you, and you can have, any question you have about like rearing a tree and also how to maintain it. He'll be able to share advice on all of that things. So I'm looking forward to that, and really looking forward to have a bunch of you on board. However many hubs we can get on board, we can get closer to the number of being truly a trillionaire. So thank you guys.
All right. So by a show of hands, who's interested in taking on this challenge? Wow. All right. Love it. Love it. All right. So what's next on this Trillionaire challenge? All right. So here's some of the next steps that we're going to put into place, okay? So the first is December 8th will be the deadline to accept participation in the South Asian Shapers Trillionaire Challenge, okay? You guys are all here. A lot of you are members of your hubs are not, with the exception of Indoor, who seems like everybody showed up to this event, and Bhopal, of course. So what I'm going to ask is, we want to do this, and I hope that all of your hubs will be on board, but we need buy-in from the rest of your hubs as well, okay? So if you're interested in working on this together with all of the rest of the regional shapers community, I want you guys to go back to your hubs, share this with them. I will also email all of the shapers in the coming days that this has been the winner. I'll share it as well on the WhatsApp group. And what I'll do is I'll send a survey asking every curator if their hub is on board to adopt this, to just officially kind of confirm it for me, okay? So December 8th will be the deadline to accept participation in this South Asia-wide hub initiative. On December 15th, we will plan to have a webinar with Ahsan, who is the shaper that Sohara is talking about. He's an expert in tree planting, and we can use that as a point to actually share some best practices with everybody. He can give some advice on how to actually get started, okay? That date is tentative. We have to talk to Asan about it, but for now, that's what we'll plan for. On February 28th, we'll have the first milestone check-in, okay? So basically, after December 15th, you can start, okay? And you can go ahead and start executing this project. On February 28th, we'll have another webinar as a kind of check-in to see how all of our hubs are doing, okay? Before this, I'll send you a little survey that'll just ask you to tell me the number of trees that have been planted up till that point. I'll ask that every single hub who is participating to please pick one shaper at least from your hub to represent the hub on this conference call. And it'll basically be a chance for us to share metrics on how every hub is doing, get a sense of what are the challenges that certain hubs are having or what are things that have been working so that we can actually work together to improve the outcomes across every single hub in the region. On April 28th, we'll do a second milestone check-in, so very similar. And then on June 28th will be the end of this challenge, and so we'll do a final milestone check-in, and we'll announce the winners. Does that make sense? Are you guys excited? Yeah. All right. Challenge accepted. Happy to hear it. All right. The other great thing is, just by coincidence, it also turns out that Bangladesh is hosting Shape South Asia next year. So it may be also a good point for us to check in on this and see how it's coming along. All right, guys, thank you so much. So that is everything I had to share on the Trillionaire Challenge. Now it's time for a little bit of reflection and closing. So, by the way, some of you guys know that I'm a little bit sick and under the weather. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to sit down here on the stage. But basically, you're all in tables, right? Can I maybe... this table, can you guys maybe join this table up here for the next part? And you guys, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. All right. So I want to give you, let's say, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And in your groups at the table, I want to just give you guys a chance to share some of your reflections and learnings and motivations from this Shape South Asia. So what I want to ask you guys is just at your table, open-ended discussion. I'll give you 15 minutes. 10 minutes, we'll try to end a little bit faster, and then we'll talk in plenary quickly, okay? So 10 minutes. Hello? Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I just received a note that we actually need to clear this room at 6 o'clock. So rather than continue the small group discussion, let's just have a discussion in plenary. Right? So I'd love to just kind of toss it out to anybody who wants to speak up, share your key learnings or your promise to yourself.
Hello. Okay, so this is what I figured, basically. Commitment, promise to myself, and key learnings. I'm Isha from Bhopal Hub, by the way. I guess most of you know me by now. And okay, so the first thing is that before I came here, I had notions about myself. I have a habit of soul searching, understanding my strengths and weaknesses. But sometimes when you're so clear about yourself, you tend to limit yourself. I considered myself to be an introvert, but going and approaching absolute strangers and sharing that connect with them made me realize that I'm a lot more than that. Secondly, I always believed that I was limited by the fact that I could be a good planner, a good executor. But after coming here and realizing the level of resources I have and the ability of the people that I'm associated with, I am certain about the fact that I can be a good enabler if only I knew how, if only I could get all the resources combined and going. I just need to figure out a way to combine all the resources I have, which is, of course, the community. So that's the key learning. And the commitment is to follow through everything that I just said. And I'm sure that will happen. So yeah, that's it from my end.
Anyone else? Let's also just make this an open space. If you have any other thoughts or things to share. Arundhati over here.
So it's just been 10 days since I joined this community, and so this, like, I just came here, and so some of the things I noticed, like, I met some of the most amazing minds, amazing people, and one of the traits everybody has is, like, to, willingness to collaborate and discuss on issues of, and willingness to collaborate between different hubs, and they're doing well when it comes to, like, personal achievements are brilliant. They're like amazing minds. So it's an amazing community. That's what I got to know. Then there were some amazing sessions. So I loved the sessions. Then I loved the energy of the community. There's so much energy, whether we are playing games or whether we are discussing some, problems. So there's so much energy. Everybody has some good points to chip in. So I definitely think it's a privilege to be a part of the community. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, so I'm Arundhati from Bhopal Hub. I think when we were planning for the event and when we met, we, I think, had a hard discussion on the fact that should we keep any volunteers. And I think I was one of the very few shapers who was like, yes, we would need volunteers. And everyone else was like, no, we can manage and pull it off ourselves. And I think so far we have managed quite well. And I'm really, thank you guys. So my learning is that, yeah, we should trust our teams more.
Hi, I'm Varun from the Hyderabad Hub. I like to call myself a professional conference hopper. I go to conferences almost for a living, which means I am perennially jaded and always bitter. It's a thing. So I was just telling Deepika this. I think the Bhopal Hub has purely exemplified going above and beyond as hosts. So a huge round of applause for them. We were felt welcomed. The logistics are amazing. So whoever your logistics person is, please come to join maybe Intellicap for a job. And thank you so much, guys. World class.
Hi, my name is Priya. So one thing I want to say is that for the first time I got to know a lot in detail about other hubs projects, which I did not know. And I'm really happy, just want to put it out there that I'm really happy that we have one project that now we're doing as every hub together with a KPI. So that is really great. And I also realize how I can collaborate and contribute with other shapers on their projects. For example, I saw Shaping Vision, and I just realized that I spoke to the Chandigarh shapers that, I do this as my professional business, and I can actually help them kind of structure it, and maybe it can become as scalable as Trillionaire has already been. So thanks for that, and thank you to the Bhopal Hub for taking care of me. I felt sick today. And all of you guys have been asking me, and you got everything in order, and for all, and generally the love that I've received. And Ravi, I'm sure both of us, we were sick, so okay, thank you.
All right, hello. So this is my first Shape event, and I didn't know there's such a beautiful community out there in the world doing so much. So the first thing that I learned was that, you know what, you're not alone. So we have like so many of us all together, and we're trying to do something to improve the world. And you know, I used to feel, oh my God, it's my battle alone. But I feel that we're all together, and we're all together on the same page. So please, a big round of applause for all of you all sitting here, and all the energy that we sort of got together, that goes back to you. And secondly, what I promise to do is take action. You know, so a lot of us talk a lot. You know, we talk a lot about let's do this, let's do that. So what I learned was whatever I say, whatever I commit, whatever I say to somebody else, it's indirectly I'm saying to myself, and I commit myself that I will make sure that I'll do it. So that's something that I got, you know, like an insight into myself, that I'll make sure whatever I say, I do. Right, so that's what I've been doing. So I just committed to a few of my friends there. We'll go to the dargah. So I said, even if it's 12 o'clock in the night, we'll go. You know, we'll party. So that's when, you know, we've been doing that. So that's just the beginning. But yeah, and thank you so much, Ravi, for having you out, for you coming here and being part of this event. And I think, and please a very big round of applause for the Bhopal Hub for creating such a great event. I think it takes the great part is yet to come. The sunburn party in the evening, I guess. So yeah, but again, the honey was excellent. Everything was so professionally. I think few of the corporates in our country should learn from you guys how to hold a conference and an event like this. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Let's take one more comment from Sudarshan.
Yeah, I'll make this really short, really quick. Bhopal Hub, you guys have done a fantastic job. What I also liked was everybody was so approachable. Right from Abhishek Bhai, the moment I told him about something that we're doing, he said, hey, why don't you come over, look at what we are doing, because we're doing something in a similar space. Arundhati, I don't know how many of you saw, every time we were partying, she was in the corner writing a text message to everybody, guys, tomorrow at 7:30, please be there on time. So all of you guys, just two of you, but I'm very sure all of you put in a lot of effort, and it can be seen. It can be felt, and a lot of us really, really appreciate the fact that you've put this together. Dhaka Hub, you have a very high bar to live up to and go further beyond. With regards to the Pune, the other two Pune shapers aren't here right now, but they want me to convey a lot of love to everybody here. The one commitment that we are going to take back in Pune is to learn from every single hub here. So I would really like it to connect. I would really like it if we can connect individually also. We've already done that in some places, but there are a lot more other people that I haven't been able to speak to. So yeah, let's do that. Great. Over to Ravi.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let's close it off with a little ritual. Can I ask every shaper to stand? All right. Let's see. What am I space? Okay. I want you to take 20 seconds in silence and just look at your other shapers. All right. Continue to, in silence, just look around the room at everybody. And this time, think about one word that describes how you're feeling right now. But just keep it to yourself for now. All right, let's find out what that word is. On my side, it's grateful.
Pillars for the nation. Pillars. Okay. Pillars.
Yeah, drowsy eyes.
Cool dudes.
Love.
Connection.
I'll use two, tired and happy. Still is a lot of things are left in SSA 2017 still. So keep it on.
Thankful.
Okay, connection and love.
Happy.
Dance and sunburn.
Networking.
Connected.
Awesome. Powerful.
Family.
Bliss.
Grateful as well.
Energetic. Love.
We.
Global Shapers Community.
Commitment to action.
Blessed.
Togetherness.
Passion.
Uncomfortably excited.
Spark. Empowered and united.
Proud.
Diverse.
Happiness.
Blessed.
Progressive. Connected.
Thankful.
Shaping the world.
Professionalism.
Determination.
Feeling good.
I'm not sure. Friends.
Has anybody not had a chance to share yet? Oh.
I would say tired smiles.
Tired smiles.
Nostalgic.
Nostalgic already.
So definitely gonna miss you all, man. Seriously.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much. I hope you remember those words because, as I said in the beginning, all right, yeah, let's go. I hope you remember or all of those words, whether it's internalized or you remember every word by memory. Because as I said at the beginning, this is more than a network. This is a community. And every word that you have described tells the story of just how rich and meaningful this experience is. So for those of you who have been in the community for some time, I think you understand what this community is all about. And for all of those who are newer members, who's it their first time again? Okay, it's a lot of people's first time. Great. I hope now this has helped to anchor you in understanding that the essence of this community is really something special. And I hope that you make the best of the next couple of years as a shaper. So, you guys, please feel free to take a seat. We're almost done. But it wouldn't be appropriate to end without thanking our hosts. So can I ask the Bhopal Hub to please join me here on stage? Come on up, don't be shy. Please give a big round of applause. All right. Thank you guys so much. What makes a hub is more than the people in it. A hub is fundamentally a team. And you guys, really, pulling this off, you guys are the quintessential definition of a team. So really well done. We've brought you guys a little gift from Switzerland to say thank you. So let me go ahead and pass that out. I hope you guys have a sweet tooth. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. Yes. 1 second. Before we do a group photo of the Bhopal Hub, I want to invite Sakshi, the curator, to share some remarks.
So this is not how we planned. So the outgoing curator was supposed to give the remarks, but Ravi just rightly pointed it out that we just went from being a hub to becoming a team. So up till now, Dhananjay was just some friend's friend, and Harshit was just some guy from IIT who we used to meet at like shape meetings. But now we're like one very good team and family, and I'm very grateful. And we were happy and excited to host, and we really, I mean, all the love that you've shared with us. So it's very overwhelming for all of us, and we're glad we hosted. Although it's probably like that was like entirely 1 month of no business, no going to offices. Just going to like boardrooms and Shiven's restaurant and just, yeah, going over and over delegate sheets like 2,000 times. So every time I was meeting people at the opening plenary, I was like, just tell me your name and I'll tell everything else about you. Because yeah, that is how it had gotten. So yeah, but then again, one big shout out to the whole team. It's been a hell of a journey. And thank you all of you for coming. Marvin, Meenal, and Tokyo, Kosuke, for coming, and all of you, no less. And yeah, Kita. Yeah, is he not here? So Kita was his nickname. He wouldn't show up, man. He showed up on the 3rd day. We went mad looking for him. Where is he? He's still lost. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for coming and making it a successful event. And I'll let Harsh continue.
I will give my speech afterwards. So I want, because we have less time, so we want to start and finish it.
Okay. You guys want a quick photo then? Now or later? Photo? Photo? All right, can we take a quick photo of everybody, of these guys?